I'm looking for King of Ahucho Mundo. I'm looking for the King of Ahueco Mundo. Yeah, so if you're just tuning in, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Hello. Hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello from my heart to yours. Hello. Um, and thank you for joining me. Hello, Miss Me. Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness, you all. I tell you what, life is too short not to enjoy it and not to have fun. It's way too short. It really is. You gotta make the most of every moment. You have got to make the most of every moment. Uh, yeah, don't let the moment slip by. Don't let them slip by at all. Yes, hello in the Colorado. Yes. Oh my goodness gracious. Yes, New Orleans, Louisiana. Hello. I'm gonna wait to see it. I hope the king of Ahuicho Mundo comes on here. If he doesn't, then that's just too bad. He had a video with his name on it, and he didn't make it. That is all right, you all. But yeah, I am serious. Life is way too short. It's too short not to laugh, and just enjoy it. Enjoy the simple things in life. Enjoy each other. The uniqueness of every individual, because within that uniqueness there is goodness. There really is. Um, that some people may not have a different type of goodness. Um, yeah, that's great, you all. I hope you all have had a wonderful day. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Well, I think my laugh kind of changes at times. I really do, but I'm not sure. I am not. I'm not sure. I really am not. It's good to laugh. It's good to smile. They say it takes less muscles to smile than it does to grin than not to smile. Could you imagine that? I can't grin right now. Even if I wanted to, I wouldn't be able to. I would not be able to grin even if I wanted to right now. It wouldn't be happening. It really would not. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so if you all saw that alien disclosure video earlier with the card game, that was kind of strange to see it. It really was. That wasn't the only game they had on the shelves. They had some weird. They had a weird Monopoly game. Get away with whatever you can, just don't get caught. Yeah, so it's the type of games they got out nowadays. It is, and they're geared at certain audiences, the certain levels of audiences. Shout out IP2. What's a IP2? I don't know what an IP2 is. Yes, hello. Hello, everyone. Yes, I don't feel drained. That's wonderful. Yes, I hope you all don't feel drained because you know what? When you're outside, if you're working in the heat, it does take a lot of your energy out of you. It does, and makes you a little tired. What does King, where are you mean? That's exactly what it means. Where are you? I want to know where the King of Huecho Mundo is. That's what I want to know. And I didn't know exactly how to spell it. I didn't know exactly how to spell that. Yes, what's up? Life, that's what's up. Life and laughter. You've got to have fun. You've got to enjoy your life. Even the silliest small things, they can make you smile. They really can make you smile. Yeah, they can change your day. They can change your night. They can change your life. Just smiling for no reason. Just a simple thought can make you smile and make you happy, which is great. And you know what? It doesn't cost a thing. It doesn't at all. Yes. Yeah, there's not too much up. There ain't gonna be too much of it if we don't have the king showing up here. That's yes, Perseus. Perseus. Was that a god or something? I'm not really familiar. I've heard the name Perseus. It sounds very familiar. It really does. It sounds really familiar. Yes, you always smile. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Shelley. Yeah, from Europe and Poland. Oh, you're over there in Poland. That's wonderful. Is that near Warsaw, Poland? Watch Clash of the Titans. Well, I think I heard that Clash of the Titans was a long movie. Is it a long movie? Because it's hard for me to sit down and watch a long movie. It really is. It doesn't hold my attention. Movies don't hold my attention anymore. They don't because I get bored and I just want to get up and move around and do something. Yeah, that's what I like to do. Ah, okay. Oh, it's long? Yeah, I couldn't watch it. I don't think I could watch it. Uh, yeah. Hello. Oh, Shell. Shell, short for Michelle from Ohio. See that? I've never seen that spelled that way before. That's wonderful. Namaste from Illinois. You know, the first time I heard the word namaste, I had a friend down the street, and she would hold her hands together, both hands, and she'd say namaste. The divine in me greets the divine in you, or something like that. That's the first time I ever heard it, and that was like a few years ago, you all. It was just a few years ago, is what it was. Yeah. Fort Wayne, Indiana. I think that's around 4 hours from where I'm at. I think I might have been up there once. Yeah. So yeah, Mr. If that King of Hucho Mundo don't show up, I'm not going to do another video about him. I am not. His name's not going on another video at all. Yeah. But I do realize some people don't get notifications either. And they got jobs and stuff like that. They got things going on in their life. And they ain't went to bed yet. Yes, you all. Um, I hope everything's going on. Has anybody seen anything about a solar flare or something? I thought I read something about there was supposed to be a solar flare or something hit the earth, and today I ain't seen it. I haven't. Hello. Um, what planet are you from, Gina? I think well, I don't believe I'm from planet Earth. This Earth don't feel like my home. Does the Earth feel like your all's home? I don't feel like I'm at home here on the Earth. Yeah. Yes, Venus. I don't know. I think there was a certain race of beings that's supposed to be from Venus, is what I think. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Is that the 24th? So does that mean that we're going to experience technical difficulties and things like that? Dance to that song, I'm Your Venus. Oh, I couldn't. I've never even heard it. I'm your Venus. I'm your fire. I'm your desire. Oh, I'd have to feel it in my being or I wouldn't be able to dance to it. Yeah. Um, I need to do a whole lot more dancing because I got to lose some weight. Oh my gosh, you watch The Earth Watchman. Yeah. Yes, hello there, Apple Brooks. Thank you for joining us. It's night. It's right up my alley. Well, you might think it's right up my alley, but I may not be feeling it in my spirit to dance to it. Yeah. Um, then I'd feel under pressure. I wouldn't feel free. I probably wouldn't feel free. Yeah, if it ain't got a good beat, it's not going to resonate with my being. Yeah, that's exactly right, you all. The Fifth Element. I think that was supposed to have been a scary movie, wasn't it? The Fifth Element or something. Wait. Solid, liquid, gas, plasma. What if there really is a fifth element? Have you thought about that? What if there really is a fifth element and we don't really know what it is? What if it is probably not a good element? That could be, it may not be. Yeah, it's boron. Boron is the fifth element. It's melanin, red cloud, melanin. Melanin is the fifth element. Imagination, the sixth sense. Well, we've got the sixth sense. What is the fifth element? Fifth element. Fifth element. Let me type that in. What is the fifth element? It's a movie. They said it's it's marijuana. They say it's marijuana. The fifth element. Look, marijuana strain information. Look, the only hope for mankind is a fifth element. Soapstone. Well, I think a lot of people are claiming the fifth element. Yeah, so I don't even know what it was. Well, that's what they said, and some people do. They do smoke medical marijuana because it's easier on their body. Yeah, that's right. In periodic table. Yeah, let me look at that. That's right. How many years has it been since your first encounter? If you would want to say my first encounter, it would be when I was in elementary school. Okay, so if I was born in 66, and I was probably around the second or third grade, maybe. So I don't know what that would make me. That's what it would be. I don't know, maybe 8. Oh, boron. Boron is the fifth element, is what it is. In the periodic table, I guess. Yep, boron. Somebody was a physicist and they had it right. Yes, exactly. Somebody had it right. It was boron. What is boron? Yes, hello. Let's get this, you all, because who knows what boron's about? It's an atomic. Look, the density, mass. It's Let's look at this. What are they talking about? Ultra soft hydrochloride, proline. What's hydrochlorine on here for? I don't know how to read this thing. And for the record, I never did like physics, and I didn't like studying the periodic table. Here's this. I was sitting in, I think it was 5th grade or 6th grade. Something, I can't remember exactly. Let me see what grade it might have been. 9th grade, in physics class. And I didn't want to take that class, but they stuck me in it. And I was sitting in the back of the class. I knew nothing about it. And I didn't make good grades in science. And that physics teacher asked me what was something in the periodic table, and I had no clue. I said, I guess I don't know. He goes, well, your brother knew. My brother was, he was a brain. He was exceptionally smart. And I said, well, I guess I'm too stupid. You know what that teacher did? He said, okay, stupid. He called me stupid. Yeah, I flunked that class. I didn't care anymore. I did not. I was so happy to get out of that class because he thought that I was supposed to be as smart as my brother, who made straight A's all through the school and took accelerated classes. But that was not me. That was not me. And because I said, well, I guess I'm stupid, because he thought I was supposed to be just like my brother. And he said, okay, stupid. He called me stupid. I didn't like him at all. He was very rude and disrespectful. Yeah. on my channel, maybe 2 years ago. Are you talking about that? Well, I'm talking about the periodic table in physics class. It is horrible. it is. It was horrible, and that's okay. The one things that I excelled in was grammar, English, art. Every single art class that I ever took, anything to do with art and drafting, drafting, woodworking, and yeah, that's right. Those three beings that came down in a beam of light. That was around. That was yeah, on around June of 2018. It could have been a few months after June. That's what it was. There's really not much to it. I did a video on here solely dedicated to the three beings who came down in the beam of light on one of my main geopathic ley lines in the front yard. Yeah, who told me I was going to have 4 years. It would be 4 years. That's what it was. Yeah. But I saw, that's the first time I seen beings like that. But I saw the man in black, and I saw the UFOs when I was really young with the lights. Yeah, that right there. Yeah, woodworks. I was really good in that. Uh, and you know, now that we're talking about it, did you know that you had ley lines in your yard when you first moved there? No, I didn't know nothing about any of that. I didn't. I moved here in 2004. I wasn't into the ley lines or anything like that. It's it wasn't until probably 2018, early 2018, before June, that my friend said, Gina, do you have dowsing rods? And I said, what are dowsing rods? I said, I don't know what dowsing rods is. She goes, oh, to find water. I said, no. So I made some. And then I was able to use those to pick up the ley lines, the geopathic ley lines, the stress ley lines that was running through her house, and I moved them. I moved. She had three of them running in her house. One over her bed, where she would sleep. There was another one that ran through the kitchen where you would stand and spend a lot of time cooking or preparing your food. One that ran that way, and there was one more that ran across the living room to the couch where someone would sit a lot. So I moved the one by her bed, moved it 5 feet, and then she went in there and checked it. We checked it with the rods to see if it was far enough. She said, could you please move it a little bit further? And I didn't want to ask to move that ley line a little bit further, but I did. I asked them to please, could you move it a little bit further, maybe 5 more feet? Excuse me. And then we went back in there, and she looked, and she goes, I hate to ask you, but could you please, yeah, she said, could you please see if you can move it completely out of the house? Because I don't want it hitting me in the other part of the house either. And then I didn't want to have to do that because I had already asked 2 times to move it. But I did. I moved it completely out of her house, and I moved all the other two completely out of her house too. And then the cool thing is, I went outside and checked in the driveway, and sure enough, they were no longer in the house, any area where they were at. They were outside the house because, they've done studies where these ley lines, these stress lines, ran through people's houses, and the area where it ran through the houses, it caused cancer in certain people. Right along that main stress line, it caused cancer. Yeah. Am I missing something, you all? Yeah. Yeah. They can attract negative energy. Well, I don't attract negative energy. I literally push it away. No, I'm not going to have no negative energy. And you don't even need those to even sense it if you can sense energy. Um, uh, Can I find gold with my mind? No, that's not something I've ever tried to find gold. Um, Yeah, and that's right. You know, some friendships are gold. Yeah, some friendships are gold, like gold. They really are, but even more valuable, which is wonderful. It is so wonderful. It really, really is. Um, yeah. Oh, I am a conduit. I admit it. I have always been a conduit my whole entire life. I have been. Um, yeah. And I'm sure some of you have been a conduit, and it's not easy because energy does flow through you. And sometimes there's some unwanted energy that tries to flow through you, and it literally will suck your energy out if you're not careful. That's why you got to just keep a barrier up. Um, yeah. Oh, you really enjoy listening? Well, sometimes I don't have too much to say. I don't. Um, and what I want to say, well, it doesn't come out at times. Yeah. Um, yeah, I found water in my yard with them too. Of course, first I checked where are my water lines in my yard, and it does. It picks them up, and even though they're around 3 or 4 feet deep, yeah, that's really deep. And you don't want to dig down 3 or 4 feet deep with a shovel because that's an awful lot of digging. You got to be up to your waist, is what it would be. But it does work. Those water rods. The water company, they have people in the water company who still use those to find water. Not everybody can find water using those because they just can't. It has to start within your being, some kind of connection to like, boom, find them, just like that. Um, a witching well, a witching rod, a dowsing rod. Yeah, they find water with it. It can pick up energy. Um, yeah, buried water lines and cables. Yeah. Oh my goodness, you can feel my energy through the screen. Well, let's hope it's some good energy coming through that screen. That's exactly right. Yes, that's wonderful. It really is. But did you all know that you could move those ley lines? Let's see, geopathic ley lines. I'm gonna hold this phone like here, like this. Yes, you can buy you at Lowe's. Yeah, ley lines, ley lines. Let me see, stress lines. You know, there's actually groups that get together and they do that. Uh, they do stuff like that, is what they do. So, yeah, look at this stuff, you all. So, look at these ley lines. They literally, look, 12 major energy vortexes. 12 major energy vortex. You know what a vortex is. Um, there's, look at these. Come on, let's see these. Um, wow. So, I think these must be ley lines too. Yeah, geopathic stress lines. That's what they do. See, they can run through your house like that. But yeah, these are 12 major energy vortexes. Let's click into that, you all, because that's going to be interesting to see that. The Hartman, let's look at this. So it's not really saying, look, this is where Earth's most powerful energetic points are. Did you all know that? Oh, look, it's like right here. Let's look at this. No, I don't want to see that. Look at this. Oh, you know that I worked with the girl. I worked with a girl and she was making a medicine wheel. She said she was American Indian. She was an Indian, okay, like an Indian, Native American Indian, and she was making a medicine wheel. So look at, they got a 4,000 mile medicine wheel right here. Um, Look at that. A medicine wheel. Where's these vortexes? Well, we know what these ley lines are. I thought where these ley lines were is where they had the harp. Look, the real story behind the ley lines. So they're all over the place. And I thought they ran like to Egypt. Look, there's Cairo right there. Cairo, Egypt, and stuff. Look at these right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, they're all over the place, you all. These ley lines, they're grids and they're portals. Look, these are the areas of vortexes in the United States that's been documented. A vortex is something you go through, isn't it? Oh no, did you see this? Look at this. Earth's energy grid. 66666. Why did they do that like that? No, let's not look. I don't want to see that. Any person fasting on, no, divination and future events. I don't want to see that woman's bottom. I do not. Let me get back over to here, you all. I'm trying to find the grid lines. Look at that. Paradise Lost in Persia. Look at that. Atlantis. Wherever that is, I'm not sure where that's at. But so Earth does have portals. But then these portals is like a stargate, you know. What's this? This looks almost like it's no, it's not going through me. You all know that we got we have a King of Hucha Mundo. Yes. You finally show up for us, King of Hucha Mundo. Did you? Oh, you better late than never. Yes, you showed up for us. I've been looking for you. Been waiting all my life. I've been waiting for 27 minutes for you, King of Hucha Mundo, to give you that wrench. And now you got it. You better be a good boy. So yeah, you all, this energy grid. Oh yeah. Okay, so there's a UFO highway too, that goes across the whole world. Yeah, that's exactly right, you all. You all know that there is a UFO highway. If we can do that. UFO highway. Yes, you can't get enough of my Gina. Yes. So, look at this. No, that ain't it. No. See, it's I think it's the 38th parallel. Have you heard of that? The 38th or the 37th parallel line? Give or take 20 or 40 miles. Because it's supposed to keep shifting. Look at this right here. The 37th parallel. It starts from like one end of the United States, but it's not just in the United States. It goes all the way across. So this is like Indiana where I'm at, and I'm like right behind, right around this area to the bottom half of Indiana is where I'm at. Let's see if I could do this right here. Oh, that's kind of blurry. So look at that, you all. This is where the majority of UFOs are seen. See, they're saying this is the 37th parallel is the UFO highway. And you've heard the 33. The 33, isn't that the Masons? Yeah. So yeah, I think this has like shifted a tad bit since I am like, boom, in this area of Indiana, right up the way from you. Yeah, so you all, there is something going on, and I'm sure, look, the 37th parallel, it's supposed to dip like this, and it's not just here. What if this right here is part of the geopathic thing right here? This, some of these somehow, some way. So you're all talking about the 33rd. You're all saying something is the 33rd parallel. The 33rd parallel, I think, is something different. Let me flip this around. 33rd parallel. Um, it's an ancient code. Oh yeah, that's looks like it runs straight across. That's the bottom. I think it goes to Cairo and something like that. Just like that. Oh no, there's a pentagram. Somebody said something about a pentagram. Yeah. See how that looks? Let's see. There, see, now this is what you're talking about, the 33rd degree law of Masonic Phoenicians, the 33rd parallel. And when I'm talking about the UFO highway, the 33 is a biblical number. Yeah, here I was talking about the 37th parallel of a UFO highway because it is real. It is. Look at that. And you'd have to ask yourself, how could it be? Why do they choose that area? There must be energy coming up from the earth, or interdimensional energy too. There must be. Look, they got a Mr. Sasquatch. If he comes on here, we found your ancestor here in the Crypto Blast 37th parallel. They got a snapshot of your cousin right here, Mr. Sasquatch. If you see this video now, you know that we saw your cousin in here. Yes, we did. Absolutely. Yeah. You also, yes, that's a Bigfoot. Yeah, there is something to all of this. There really is. The bow of the promise, King Ohucho. Yes, it's exactly right. But we was talking about these ley lines that run through people's house, because they do. They run through people's house. Look at this. This is zigzagging all over the place. All of these ley lines. Look at, they just crisscross the earth in a grid. They crisscross the earth in a grid-like pattern. Danielle, you watched Missing 411. Wow. So yeah, look at that. So what if the net that is around the earth is actually, I don't know, ley lines? What if it was? It could be, you never know. Mesopotamia, all of this kind of stuff. Yeah, let me flip this around. So, Dennis, hello. I haven't seen you for a while. If you have the crystals, the ley line can give you the energy. I got the rods. I got the rods. But yeah, this is what I was thinking. And Cancer. Okay, and Cancer. That's what I wanted to type in. I was telling them about this. These people, the bad vibration with some of them, with the stress. Cancer is a degree. Cancer is a disease location triggered off by geopathic stress. We all produce cancerous cells on a regular basis, but they are continually destroyed. Look, now they say geopathic stress does not cause cancers, but it does weaken your immune system. The Earth's geopathic stress generated by dark streams, other factors such as ley lines, globogeomatic grid closings. So there is something to these grids. When people go and do grid work, have you seen people who have went to do the grid work on the Earth? It's real. So it's not make-believe. It's none of it's make-believe. Look at that. Global geomagnetic grid crossings, geological faults, underground caverns, natural mineral concentrations, exhibits black streams. They are all associated with geomagnetic anomalies, increased magnetic fields. Look, how to clear your geopathic stress. So clearing your home and stuff like that. Yeah, I've done it. Look at that. Boom. Look, dogs, cats rather than dogs are attracted to areas of geomagnetic stress and will often sleep on a toxic line. Look at that. With kidney and cancers and stuff. I did not know that. Look, the Hartman lines. Two types of black lines, black and depressed. Others are pointed, shiny, black, sharp, thick, and hard. Ley lines that play a part in building stress. Ley lines, its effects, ley lines. Look at that. Did you all? I've heard of Hartman lines. I have. Okay, now then we're getting into the Schumann again. No, we don't see that. We don't see the Schumann, but it does play an effect on it. Look, they're naturally charged lines that run north, south, and east, west, and they run every 7th north to south and every 8th to west. They're positively and negatively charged, so where they intersect, it is possible to have a double positive charge and double negative charges, or one positive and one negative. Look, once I went to a man's home and warned him not to sleep in a certain spot. He thought I was a fool. 12 years later, he died of cancer. Yeah, look at this. The Hartman grid emits vertical radiations with 3 times the intensity at night. They do run through your home. There's at least 3 that runs through each person's home. Yes. Wow. The grid is magnetically oriented. Between these lines are unperturbed microclimate network and dwellings. They have been defined using Chinese terms yin and yang. Oh, wow. Curry line and its effects. I've not heard of the Curry lines. Numerous intersecting diagonally at 45-degree. Look, they run every 13 by 13 feet. I'm thinking, was that the distance of the ones that I moved? Because they were all about the same. Black lines and their effect. Look, black lines generate naturally, but how they appear is still unknown. They may be focused at one point and normally don't form networks like Hartman and Curry lines. These lines are similar to the Sha or the deadly energy of Chinese Feng Shui. They form different shapes. They can be curved, straights, or ground level or higher, even found in the upper levels of buildings. There are 2 types, black and depressed. Pointed, shiny, black, sharp, thick, and hard. That don't sound fun. They play a part in building stress. Look at that. And there is something to it, you all. Look at that. Ley lines, sacred ley lines in England. They termed it energy lays. Stones, standing stones emit energy from which these energy lays and traverse country forming. Look at that. Schumann waves and its effect. Naturally occurring beneficial electromagnetic waves, except when something interferes with them, is what I've got to say, and causes an adverse effect. Look, they're the same as brain waves, a similar daily pattern, and they supposed to keep your body's internal clock. It affects your sleep patterns. All of this. So look, NASA installed equipment to generate Schumann waves artificially. You see that? Consequently, NASA installed equipment in spacecraft to generate Schumann waves artificially for these astronauts. Yes, you all. So, yeah, there's geopathic ley lines, and they do affect your body. And according to this, somebody laid in this spot, and then boom, they got cancer and died. They do. There's like around 3 that runs into each person's house. And you can move them, but you've got to have the energy within you to move them. Because it wouldn't do you no good to hold any of those rods or just move your hand. If you truly did not have that connection, you can't move them. Yeah. Has any of you all moved the ley lines before? Have you tried moving them? That's what I want to know. Has anyone else tried moving the ley lines? If you have rods that you can use or crystals, have you moved any? Hello. Andromeda native, they go crazy without the Schumann resonance. Yeah. Now, I know I'm not the only one who can move the ley lines. Okay, I know there's other people in here who have moved ley lines. I'm just wondering. You balance them, Deb, within your home? Yeah. Um, Copper infused clothing is becoming popular. You grid yours with crystals. Yeah, it is true. You can move them. And when I moved them, I felt like, well, I asked to move them. I asked in the spiritual realm to please, if they could, please move the ley lines. I asked very politely, uh, 3 times, and it happened. They moved them. Who are they? I don't know, but they moved them. Um, yeah. Yeah. Remember, ancient tribes know everything about the ley lines. Yeah, they do. It's true. Um, you have seen it done. Um, Charlotte, let's look at this, you all. Can you move the ley lines? Can you move ley lines? I want to open up another. We got the 33rd parallel. Um, well, the only way you're going to find out is if somebody comes in your home and they use those rods and they can sense the energy. You can. So because what happens with me when I got the rods, I made them out of copper tubing, and they will cross over. I make them cross over when I come across them. They literally will cross completely over it, flat on me. And when you walk away, they point straight ahead. So the energy from the rods can pick it up. But you're also the conduit. You're the conduit, is what it is. You are the conduit that the energy flows through also. Uh, um, I don't know if I know you can't move the water. I'm not moving water underground. I don't know. The 8 most energetic places on Earth. Spain, a small island in Spain. Um, Esa Verde. Esa Verde. Right there, Esa Verde. Arg, I guess. They're not showing it all, you all. When you want to see all of this place you can go, that looks pretty. A nice coral. Yeah. Um, you're doing a major cleansing of your home and meditation tomorrow. You know, that does help, Danielle. If you can do that, it does get that energy out. Um, you can delete it. Can you move? I'm trying to type in here and seeing if can people move the ley lines? Because I moved them, and I want to know if somebody else moved them. Um, Layla, I want to know if people can move them. I really don't know. Well, this is what they say you can do with it. Set like you all said, like some people said, you could use feng shui, create a cork barrier, invest in a crystal. Yeah, don't be disrespectful on here, because if I see it, I'm going to block you, especially if your comment's been timed out. But I did move them. Imanus. I did. I literally moved them out of my friend's house. I moved 3 of them completely out until they were outside the perimeter of the house and just running through the driveways. I moved them completely out. Yeah, completely. Yeah. And I'm not seeing anywhere in here where somebody can move them away. Look, if you or a professional dowser has determined the geopathic stress lines are present in your home and they can be confidently mapped, make sure nobody is sleeping over them. Move the bed so they are free from the ley lines. I'm going to see if it can pick it up. Look at this, you all. Yeah. So, geopathic stress solution. If you got stress, it concerns energetic fields. Of course, we know people carry some energy fields in them. Look at that. There are no instruments to directly measure the general scientific community. So they just, does it make us sick? Look, cancer is a disease triggered. We all produce cells, blah, blah, blah. And I don't mean to say, wow, look at that. Here it is, this doctor produced the details of 54 people who died from cancer in recorded history with their homes, locations compared to this map. And to the amazement of those present, every single person who had died of cancer had slept for some time in a bed exactly over the mapped geopathic stress line. That's what I heard, and that's what I read. It was in this town right here. Grafanu, right here. Grafanu. They died of cancer on one of those stress lines. Why is there so many in one location? That looks weird because it's not over here. It's like the energy is directed right over here to the heart of the town, to the middle of the town. And as you get to the outskirts, there's not that many. Isn't that strange? Why would it be located like that? And look, in 1985, the wife of a German published a study documenting the spontaneous healing of 700 terminal cancer patients after they relocated their beds to an area free from geopathic stress. Look at that. They, spontaneous. You are going to put that tinfoil hat on. You want to put that on? Well, I hope your head don't get struck by lightning if you put a tinfoil hat on your head. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, there is, you all. Look at that. It's like it's located right in the residential area. Look at all of those houses in the heart of the city. Yeah, in the heart of the city. Just like that. What's going on there? There's like these, it's supposed to be bad energy that caused people to die of cancer. They did a survey, a study, and that's where the people, they were like right over there on that stress line right there. Yeah. Yes, good night, Willie. So you all, there's something to it. Okay, there's something to it, and I'm not seeing where anybody can move it, but I moved it. I moved 3 of them. 3 ley lines, stress ley lines. And if I was to go back over to my one friend's house today and check on those ley lines, they will still be outside that home and not inside the home. Yeah. You'd have to be able to pick it up. You have to be able to pick them up with dowsing rods. Uh, is how you would be able to do it. Just like that. Look at this. Look at this, you all. Look at the 5G is getting a boost, and I've seen them. Look, it kills the trees. Look at this. So it says there are warning signs generally accepted among researchers which could point you to having a problem with geopathic stress. Somebody has gotten sick shortly after moving a house. The previous owners and tenants were sick. The illness did not respond to treatment. Neighbors are in poor health and could indicate the area has geopathic stress. Leaving the house makes you and others feel better. Maybe go on a holiday. The house has never felt right and you have just disliked it. People in the house wake up feeling unfreshed or worse after a night's sleep. If there's a lot of mold in the house or lichen moss on the walls, then geopathic stress is said to promote their growth. Animal behavior. Ants, wasps, bees, cats, believe it or not, are attracted to geopathic stress. Dogs, horses, cows, and most animals avoid it. Trees with knobby growths on the trunk in the garden, tree cancer, see below. If you have a tree that has this on it, right there, it means it's on near a geopathic stress ley line. Gaps in your hedges can indicate a line of geopathic stress. Springs or wells nearby can be an indicator of increased probability of geopathic stress being present in tree cancer. So yeah, look at that, you all. Yes. You have crystals right next to your bed and it feels better. If that works for you, I say that's wonderful. I really do. Yeah, that is wonderful. If you can get crystals and it does help it, do it. Yeah, that's what I would say. You could do it. That's a lot. This is a lot. That is a lot of stress lines. Yeah. Oh my goodness. And these people, so they didn't feel good at all. They did not feel good at all. Geopathic stress. And of course, I'm sure there's things nowadays that add to that geopathic stress. Are there instruments that you can measure them? I'm not an expert on this, okay? I'm not. I don't know if there's any scientific digital instruments other than old-fashioned dowsing to find them. Yeah. I could probably change the name of this video instead of King, Where Are You? Because we ended up in parallel lines. Yeah. So you can do your research on this. You really can. Because there's parallel lines and there's geopathic stress. Look, you can do this. Go right here to this. Right here. lifeenergysolutions.com. And you'll find this article because this really is interesting right here. This geopathic thing, and it has that story in it about this doctor who did the study, and they found all that. You can go there, and then you can probably go to Literarian, Effects of Hartman, Curry, Black, Ley Lines, and you know the jagged, pointed ones. I've never heard of that, and that's kind of scary. But yeah, look at that. Boom. Hartman grid emits vertical radiations with 3 times the intensity at night. 3 times the intensity. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so y'all hear that big hum at night? Sometimes people hear a hum. I wonder if it's, well, no, that'd be radiation. There's no telling what's going on. There really isn't. Yeah. I'm going to go, you all. Oh my gosh, it's 10:43 at night. I got myself wound up. I got to make myself get unwound up. Yeah. So I'm going to go, but thank you to all the moderators, and thank you, King Ahucho Mundo, for being a moderator, an involuntary moderator. I think that's funny. Thank you, Apple Brooks. Yes, thank you all. Thank you to all the moderators, and thank you all for joining me. You're so very welcome. Yeah, hit that hit that night button. Hit that thumbs up button, you all, because it's time to go night. It really, really is. Thank you, Danielle. Good night. Alicia, if you were on here, yeah. Dennis, good night. Yes, good night, everybody. Yes, good night, Love's Disciple. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. And check out those geopathic stress lines. Yes, love you. King Ohucho Mundo, you better not. Have a wonderful evening, you all. Yes, you're so welcome.